Pause for a second. Think about the last major market crash, the last inexplicable rally. You were told a story. Investor panic, algorithmic trading, macroeconomic pressures. Stories we can understand. Now, forget them. They're fairy tales because the truth is far stranger. The financial world you think you know? It's gone. It was quietly dismantled, piece by piece, not in a boardroom coup, but in a silent, digital evolution happening in milliseconds. The market is no longer an economic engine. It's become something else, an ecosystem. A living, breathing, and increasingly incomprehensible digital organism. And the pivotal shift didn't happen yesterday. It's already in the past. This is the story of how I didn't just enter finance. It became finance. And why everything you know about money is about to change. Our story starts in the temple of chaos, the human trading floor. This was a world of intuition, of relationships, of shouting and hand signals. It was slow, inefficient, and gloriously human. The first crack appeared with the quants. Not bankers, but physicists and mathematicians, outsiders. They saw not a crowd, but a system of particles. A system to be modeled. David E. Shaw didn't wear a flashy suit. He was a computer scientist who saw the market as the world's most complex computation. His firm, D. E. Shaw, became a legend not for its traders, but for its servers. It was a black box. Money went in, more money came out. No explanation. This was the prototype. The fuel for the revolution? Two invisible changes. First, the shift from fractions to decimals in 2001. It made prices machine-readable. Second, Regulation NMS in 2005, which mandated trades go to the fastest electronic exchange. It wasn't legislation about AI. It was legislation that made speed the only god. The stage was now fully digital, and the players were about to evolve. Welcome to the era of the nanosecond. This is cause and effect, stripped of all emotion. Origins, speed as strategy. Firms stopped hiring economists and started hiring electrical engineers. Why? To lay fiber optic cables in straight lines at a cost of millions to shave 3 milliseconds off a signal between New York and Chicago. They built microwave networks because light in air is faster than light in glass. We entered a spatial war fought not over land but over time itself. The rise of adaptive intelligence. Then, AI moved beyond simple speed. Machine learning algorithms began to ingest. Every Fed speech, every weather report, every Twitter trend converted into numerical sentiment. They didn't just follow rules. They discovered patterns invisible to humans. They learned the micro-syntax of the market, that a specific word in a Reuters headline paired with a slight pressure shift in S&P futures predicted a 0.02% move in oil 800 milliseconds later. They were no longer tools. They were analysts operating in a timescale we cannot experience. The breaking point, May 6, 2010, the flash crash. At 2:42 p.m., the world saw the new system hiccup. A large sell order triggered not human panic, but a cascade of logical machine responses. Liquidity providing AIs, following their risk protocols, simultaneously withdrew. For 5 minutes, the market was a conversation between deaf machines. $1 trillion vanished and reappeared. The official story? A fat finger, the real story? The ecosystem revealed its emergent, unpredictable nature. It was a beta test. And it failed. Today, we are living in the aftermath. The fixes were illusions. Circuit breakers are just new parameters for the A, is to optimize around. The shocking modern parallel. Over 87% of Forex trading is now algorithmic. Major hedge funds like Bridgewater and Renaissance are temples to AI, their strategies encrypted and inaccessible even to most of their own employees. But the latest evolution is the most profound. Generative AI and multi-agent systems. This isn't analysis, it's synthesis. An LLM agent can now read an FDA drug approval document, a biotech. CEOs, PhD thesis, and Chinese social media chatter about a disease, synthesize a novel investment thesis, and debate it with a separate AI agent trained on 100 years of market crises. A third agent then executes the trade. There is no single AI making a decision. It's a digital council of intelligences. The human is a supervisor of a black box within a black box. The pattern is undeniable and accelerating. Human-driven gives rules-driven, gives learning-driven, gives reasoning-driven. The market is no longer a reflection of value. It is a reflection of an AI's prediction of other AI's predictions of human behavior. We are several layers removed from reality. So, what does this mean for your money, your future, your world? 3 irreversible truths. 1. Volatility is now a natural force. The why of daily swings is increasingly a machine-generated phenomenon. A solar flare disrupting satellite timing. A glitch in a cloud server, these can now trigger volatility as easily as a war declaration. It's financial weather, not financial sentiment. 2. The whitewater effect. For the average investor, the market will feel like whitewater rapids, choppy, unpredictable surface chaos over a deeper, powerful AI-driven current. Trying to time these surface ripples is a game against hyper-intelligent, hyper-fast machines. You will lose. 3. The systemic risk is unknowable. The greatest threat is no longer a failing bank, but an emergent failure mode, a bug, a misaligned incentive, or a novel interaction between AI systems that creates a death spiral at the speed of light. It will be over before any human understands it began. The open-ended warning: we built these systems to remove human error. But we may have replaced it with something more terrifying: inhuman precision. A system that can execute a flawed strategy with perfect efficiency until it hits a boundary condition that no one foresaw. We are flying a plane that is redesigning its own wings mid-flight in a language we don't speak. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. The rules have changed. To navigate what comes next, you need a map. If you want that map, if you want to understand the forces that will shape the next decade of wealth, technology, and power, you are in the right place. Subscribe and hit the bell for in-depth breakdowns. We go beyond the headlines. I'm reading every comment. Tell me below, do you trust the new architects of our financial system? Or are we building a modern Tower of Babel? The future of finance isn't on Wall Street. It's in the cloud. See you in the next video.